Hi, I'm Jennifer with Resilient Life Therapy, and today I want to talk with you about a topic that I think many of you are probably struggling with right now, and that is how to deal with a narcissistic family member during the holidays. And I know for many of you, the holidays are coming up, and if you have a narcissist in that family somewhere, I'm sure that this is on your mind, and for some of you getting pretty fraught. So there are a few things. I could make a really long video on this topic, but I want to try to keep it contained. It's complicated to talk about because I think one of the things that makes this complicated is what family member are we talking about? Are we talking about a cousin, a sibling, a parent, a child? Who are we talking about? And depending on that and your relationship with them, that changes the trajectory of the conversation we need to have. But there are some core pieces here that I think are applicable no matter what the relationship is with the narcissist in your life, in your family, okay? So there's a couple of really core and crucial concepts that I talk about over and over and over, but are really applicable here for what you need to take into a holiday situation if there's going to be a narcissist involved. Number one is radical acceptance, and that is you understanding not only who and what the narcissist is, and what that means for how they're going to act, but also radical acceptance around other family members. And I talked about this in my video last week, a follow-up to narcissistic siblings, dealing with them. But the idea that in family gatherings, everybody has their own relationship to this. And you may have other people who are in the family who understand it in the way that you do, and you guys are on the same page, and you may have other members in the family who don't at all. And they're maybe too afraid of the narcissist, not done the work, maybe in thrall of the narcissist, who knows. But you also have to be in radical acceptance that they are going to do things the way that they need to do them in relationship to the narcissist. So radical acceptance, right? Be really clear who people are. Don't try to make them be something they're not for both the narcissist and other family members. The second concept that's really important to take into all of this is boundaries. And I have talked about boundaries over and over and over. I have an entire section on boundaries in my guide, Surviving the Narcissist, because it is such an important and difficult and fraught topic. So I don't want to spend a bunch of time talking about boundaries in this video because that would get too long. You can look at my other videos on boundaries. You can get my guide and look at the whole section I have on boundaries there. But you going into a situation in the holidays with a narcissist involved, you need to be really clear going into that situation, into the holiday season, what your boundaries are right now, today, for this holiday season. And there are all kinds of good reasons for you to have all kinds of different boundaries. You need to figure out what is right for you in your life right now for these holidays so that you go into the situations already knowing what you are and are not willing to do, what you are and are not willing to participate in. I always say boundaries is not about trying to make the other person do something. It's about being really clear about what you will or will not do. So you need to know that going in. Because when you go into the holidays with a narcissistic family member, you need to be really clear in whatever situation it is, whether it's making plans, buying presents, how you're dealing with a situation at a family gathering, where you're sitting at Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving, whatever it may be in your family, you need to be clear about how you're showing up for that. And at what point you're saying, I'm not doing that. And also how you carry out your boundaries. Have a plan in place for dealing with this before you are in the situation. So that may be, an example may be, a simple one, but at Thanksgiving, I am not willing to sit next to or anywhere near the narcissist. So you go in and you're really clear about where you are or not going to sit. And if somebody tries to sit you next to them, or the narcissist comes and sits next to you, have a plan in place for how you're going to do your boundary. And that may be something as simple as you just get up and you walk away and go sit somewhere else. It doesn't have to be complicated or any big thing or you tell people off. It's just having the plan in place. Have the plan in place if the narcissist starts to do abusive behavior, how you're going to manage that. And again, that may be you say something, that may be you leave, that may be you saying, hey, if you say that again, I'm leaving. Whatever boundary you set in place, though, make sure that it is something you are willing to act on. So you need to make sure your boundaries are consistent with what you feel like is okay to do for yourself in your life right now. So having a plan is really important. I've also talked in other videos and in my guide about things like the points game, right? Where if you have an ally who also gets it and is concerned, you guys can kind of flip it on its head. And, you get points for every time the narcissist does or says something ridiculous. So you can kind of make it a fun game. Like, oh, yep, there it is again. So there are different strategies for how you navigate it. I can't go through all of them right now. But the basic point is this. Radical acceptance. So there's no illusion about what you're dealing with. It's real clear. And boundaries. And know how you're going to enforce your boundaries. Have your plan. Have your plan in place. Expect the narcissist to misbehave. That's part of radical acceptance. Do not expect a perfect family gathering or a perfect group gathering if there's a narcissist involved. No, they're going to misbehave. Have your plan in place for how you're going to respond to that. So that is it in a nutshell for how to deal with the narcissist, narcissistic family member during the holidays. It's much of what I talk about for people to do all the time. It's just going to be amplified during the holidays. And you may need to adjust things for the holidays. The holidays are a different kind of time. It involves a lot of emotional stuff for us and family and gathering and all the things. It is okay to adjust things so that you get to participate in and enjoy the holidays in a way that's okay for you. It also may mean you say, I'm not going to show up if this person is there. So again, you have to figure out what's right for you. Don't try to do this alone. Find somebody who understands narcissism and gets it and isn't going to guilt you about the holidays to help you discern and figure out what's right for you right now, this year. That's all you need to figure out. Don't need to figure out for the rest of your life. You just need to figure out for right now. I hope this is helpful. If it is, you know what to do. Give it a like, give it a share, click that button in the corner so that you subscribe. And I love to hear from you guys in the comments section. All right, take care, guys. This is complicated. All right, bye.